Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video I want to work with you as we take care of this portion of an assignment. Basically, I'm providing this kind of unformatted raw text, fake newsletter, and we're going to use features in Microsoft Word to format it so it looks more like this. So I just clicked on the link in the directions and I need to download this file. I'm going to save it over to my desktop and just go ahead and click it to open it up in Microsoft Word. Now I'm using the installed version, Word 2019. I'm quite certain that several of these features could not be done in the web-based Word 365. So be prepared for that if you've been relying on Word 365. So here's what we have in front of us. We've got one page, which is basically all the untreated, unformatted text. Notice it's just generic lorem ipsum text. And then on the second page there's a picture of how your document's going to look when it is finished. And I've put little call outs to call your attention to some key things that I want you to be able to do, key things that I'm going to look for. And obviously some of these are going to be easier than others, and I'd like to tackle those with you. So let's go ahead and get into it. And I'm going to work I don't know, top to bottom, so to speak. There's some things that don't matter if you do them first or last, but I'll go ahead and start with these top options up here. We want some word art, paragraphs with borders, right-align tabs, and page borders. You don't know specifically what's what, but you could probably start to put it together. All right, well, let's go ahead and put in some word art. So I can see that's above this newsletter. So I'm working over here on the left side of my document, and pressed enter, create a line break, and a new paragraph, and let's go ahead and put in some word art here. So that we have to do ourselves. So I'll go ahead and click insert, and I'm looking at my home ribbon, looking at my insert ribbon. I'm going to go all the way over to word art, and I'm just going to grab this nice little aqua word art right there. And then I can start to type my text. I can see that it's selected. I'll put in Wave Clinic quarterly update. Okay, so at first it doesn't look quite right. However, there's things that we can change. I can go to the text wrapping options, and I can choose something like square wrapping, and that's going to allow it to push away the other text content. And if I were to size this so it goes all the way across the screen, it'll be in that top half. Now, while my word art border is selected, which is pretty much the same thing as selecting everything, let's see, I can go to, shape format. There's shape effects, and there's a bunch of different things in there. That looks pretty good. Over here to the right, I see there's text effects, transform, and I can do a little bit of a wave action. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. It doesn't look exactly like the assignment picture. I'm not too worried about that. If you can put word art in, you can do some basic styling changes to it. That's really what's most important. If you get the right shade of blue or the right shadow effect, not too worried about that. Otherwise, it's looking pretty darn good. I'm going to call that word art portion task complete. Now, paragraph with borders, that's referring to this line right down here. And here's my paragraph, and I want to put a top and bottom border on it. So I don't technically need to select a paragraph. I could just click anywhere in the paragraph, and then I can head up to my borders tool, which is on the home ribbon. I'm going to go all the way down to borders and shading, and I'm on the borders tab. That's good. Let's see, I'm going to choose a bluish border, and I'm going to make it a little bit thicker so it's easier to see. And I want just the top and the bottom. Now that might be a little bit thicker than I want, so I'm going to dial it back a bit. I changed the width of that border, so I'm going to reselect the top and the bottom borders. Click OK, and there we go. We've got some top and bottom borders. Now there's also a right-align tab. To get this content, let's see, it starts with the word spring. Of course, this is different. So I've got the word fall here, no big deal. In fact, we could update it completely. What if I did winter 2021? Now to get this text all the way over to the right, we're going to use a right-align tab for that. It gets a little bit tricky. Here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to just press that spacebar key over and over. If you catch yourself hitting more than one space, if you're doing 2 or more spaces consecutively, doing something wrong. So let's not do that. Undo. Instead, let's put a right align tab in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tab selector right over here, and I'm going to choose a right align tab, backward L, and then I'm going to go to my ruler. I'm going to click and hold with my mouse. That's going to pop a right align tab in there. Well, let's see if I can get that in. There it is. And I'm going to drag all the way over to the right and let go. And that put that content in there where I wanted to. That worked out actually a little bit better than I was expecting, and that's because I think the tab key was already pressed. If I turned on my formatting marks, I would see that little arrow there. That means a tab key was pressed, even though you didn't see me do it. So if I press my backspace key, that tab is gone. I'm sorry, the official tab is gone, but my custom tab stop is still there. I can press my tab key and it right aligns over there. That's pretty good. I'm going to turn the formatting marks off. And we also need a page border. All right, it's under the design ribbon, I believe. Design ribbon all the way over to the far right, page border. And I'll just choose a box border, thin. Let's do another shade of blue here, about a light blue. And I'll click OK. Let's make it a little thinner. Yeah, actually, let's do a dotted border. Be a little different. Click OK. Cool. Now we have a very thin, lightweight border on there. Yeah, that's not too bad. It takes care of this top row of stuff. I think what I'll do is work ahead of me a bit, and let's pick up some more of these skills in another video.